a study chair?
Yep, just something to lean on like this. So I'm going to use my foam roller, and just so that you've got something to balance on. Yeah, you can just use that console there, Claudia. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, beautiful. And just make sure you turn, Alex, bring it out onto the mat, that chair, and turn it sideways so I can see you. Yeah, perfect. Okay, because I just need to be able to see everyone's form. So we're just going to start doing some heel raises. So just keeping your fingertips on there, and you're going to raise up, keeping your feet parallel, hip width apart, and then you're going to lower your heels down and then raise them up. That's it. What's going on, Maxine? That's it. So coming up as high as you can on your tippy toes and going as slow as you do on the way up, as you do on the way down. And just thinking, guys, you just want to make sure when you're like this, you're not leaning forward. So all of you are going to be, except Mandy, going to have tummy, heavy tummy. So just make sure you've got a gentle tuck under of the tailbone as you're raising up and down, that you're not leaning your body weight forward. Okay, we've got 10 more. 9. Nice and slow on the way down as well. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. We're going to come up and do 10 little pulses, so come up as high as you can, and then just halfway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering down. Whew. Okay, coming out. So your feet are nice and wide in a V. So your toes are pointing out a 45-degree angle. And you want to pretend there's a wall behind you. So a gentle tuck under through the tailbones, okay? And so that your back's nice and straight, you want to pretend you're going to slide up and down a wall. And as you squat down, your knees are going to come out nice and wide. And then you're going to push up from the glute and squeeze the sit bones. Mandy, just go as far as you can. Make sure you're resting. That looks good. Coming all the way up. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure you've got a nice smiling collarbone, nice width across the shoulders, and relax through the upper neck muscles. All the way down as low as you can, and really push up from the heel. Squeeze all the muscles in the legs, pull the kneecaps back when you've got a straight leg. So all the way up through. That's it. Nice and low. And coming up, make sure you're pushing from those heels. Squeeze those sit bones. So not the full glute, but a little bit. 2 more. Last one. Now we're going to come back down to halfway, and you're going to hold here, and you're going to lift one toe up off the ground, one heel, sorry, and lower it down, and then lift the other heel and lower. 2 more each side. Swapping, alternating. Last one each side, staying down low, and then pressing all the way up. Beautiful. We're going to do some in a small V, so coming up on your tippy toes this time, and draw your heels together, zip up through your inner thighs, and squeeze your glutes. Very important, you're still imagining this wall behind you, and you're going to slowly slide down that imaginary wall, and then push up. Keep those heels together and squeeze the legs, lifting all the way up as high as you can through those heels. Keeping that height as you squat down, and exhale as you push all the way up. Inhale as you come down. Keeping that pelvic floor lifting up. And pushing all the way up. So really get that height. That's where the magic happens, at that top part. Feel those thigh muscles pulling the kneecaps up as you come up to standing. 4 more. way down as low as you can. All the way up. And now we're going to come halfway. 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8. Try not to do them too fast. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Everyone okay? Okay. Keeping the heels together. We're going to do some heel raises here. So you're going to come up as high as you can and lower down. Really push through the ball of the foot and control on the way up and control on the way down. Six more. Trying not to lean forward too much. Keep your body weight still centered. So when you're back on your heels, you're using this to help you balance whatever you're holding on to, not to lean on. Last one, and we pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lowering down. Okay, so just standing, we'll just pop the chair out of the way, or the roller, or whatever it was you were using. And we're going to stand hip width apart on the mat. Now, I want you to soften your knee. If you're like me, I lock into my knees, and it's not good to be locked in. So you don't want to feel too much pressure in through the knee joint doing this one. You want to feel a little softened through the knee, okay? One leg, so let's start with the right leg, is going to drift back behind you, so the toes touching. Now what we're going to do, I'll just show you, keeping your arms nice and straight. I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades so you feel a nice stretch across the front of the shoulders, and we're going to come forward like this. So you may want something to hold on to still, really squeezing through the back of that leg, and then coming back up. It's my dodgy leg. So the point of this is to make sure the leg you're lifting is as straight and strong as you possibly can, and you're lifting it up so it's level with your back and parallel to the floor. Yeah, beautiful, Alex. Really point that toe like someone's pulling it out from behind you, and pivot the whole body now like it's one big thing stuck together. Looks good, Maxine. Beautiful. And then lowering it back down. So this is really good for balance, for proprioception, for back muscles, and squeezing and lifting. And coming back up. One more on this leg. Ooh. That's it. Squeeze that glute, Mandy. Beautiful. Okay, we'll swap legs. If it hurts in your leg, you soften your knee more, okay? So coming all the way down, squeezing through the back of that glute of the leg that's up. Keep the tummy or the pelvic floor muscles on to support your lower tummy. And then lowering down. And coming all the way back, nice and slow. And feel as though you're reaching long through the crown of your head, and you're reaching long through the leg, like someone's pulling you in a tug of war. 3 more on this leg. Good work, guys. It looks really good. Two more. Come on, you got it, Mandy. You okay? Just keep those ribs tucked in as well. That's it. Just let your neck tuck in, chin tuck in a little bit there, Alex. Tuck your chin. Yeah, that's it. Just take that tension out of that neck. Beautiful. Last one. And go ahead and grab a chair. Or you can sit on the edge of that if you like. Now, actually, I didn't ask you, Claudia, do you have arm weights or cans of food or bottles of water or something you can use?
I've got some leg weights.
Leg weights?
Light weights.
Lightweight, yeah, that's good. Yep, light weights, perfect. Grab those. Do you have anything, Alex? Yeah, you can see some there. They look a bit heavy. Are they heavy? Okay. They look intense. Okay, so you just want to be able to sit on the edge so that your arms can dangle off the side. That's it. And feet just want to be hip width apart. And you want to feel yourself growing tall all the way up through the crown of your head. Okay? And when you're sitting here, sometimes when you grow tall, your ribs pop out. So just watch and make sure that they're melting back in. Okay? Holding onto the arm weights down by your side. And we're going to lift only to shoulder height. So that's too high, Mandy. So just to there and then lowering down. And lifting up and lowering down. So we just want to come to just below shoulder height. If you come to shoulder height or higher, you're likely to shrug your shoulders up, and we don't want to engage those upper trap muscles. You just want to keep this in your shoulders. 5 more. 4. Beautiful. Looks good, guys. 3. 2. 1. And now we come forward. Now really important, roll the shoulders, you feel the stretch across the front of your shoulder blades and a pinch between the shoulder blades. As your arms come up, you keep that width in across the collarbones. Make sure as the arms come up, they're not making you round your shoulders. It's extremely important or you'll have a sore neck tomorrow. So just keep that control and only lift the bars up to just below your shoulders. So just a little bit lower there, Claudia. Not quite so high with the arms as you come up. That's it. Beautiful. Perfect. 4 more. 3. 2. 1. How heavy are they, Alex?
Too heavy.
I know. What are they? They're like 3 or 4. They look intense.
No, I'm just weak out. Yeah, they're like 5.
Take the weight off them and just use the bar.
Well, no, I've got little ones.
Yeah, grab the little ones. Yeah, because we're doing heaps of reps. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to lift up. So your arms at a right angle at your elbow. And it's going to stay like that. So we're just going to lift up and down. So Mandy, you're like this at the moment. Lower them down. That's it. And then keep them like this. That's it. So we're just literally lifting from the shoulder. So coming up from the shoulder and then coming down. Okay. Everybody, that looks really good. Mandy, so watch me here. You're like this at the moment. Drop them down and then lift up like that. And try not to change the orientation of the actual arm weight. That's it. They've crept up again. Lowering them down. So you want to imagine there's a right angle here at your shoulder. What is it? An elbow. Okay, so you want to make sure it stays like that as you come up and down. 4 more. 3. 2. 1. And we're going to come up now and open through the front. So it's a really slow, controlled movement when you open. I just want to make sure that when you open, you don't use momentum and throw into your back. It's really important that your back stays neutral, your ribs stay melted, and the work stays happening in the shoulder only. Okay? So we come up, open, close, and down. Up, open, close, and down. That looks really good, Mandy. Up, open, close, and down. 4 more. Can everyone feel their shoulders? 3, 2, last one. Just shrug your shoulders and just do big circles with them. Shake them out. We're going to do one more set but less reps on the second set. And just circle back the other way. And then letting your arms just down. Really important, you reset. You've got a nice stretch across the front of the shoulders, like someone's pulling your collarbones from the sides of the room, okay? Length through the back of the neck. We're going to lift up and down. We're doing 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, a little too high, Alex, for the arms. Okay, now we're going to come forward. So just below your shoulders. Little too high, Mandy. Try really hard not to use momentum, guys. So nice and slow. That's it. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just bending back in here. Right angle at the elbow. Lower those arm weights a little bit there, Mandy. Yeah. So each time you come back down, Mandy, you want them just hovering above your knees, not up near your shoulders, yeah? Okay, so we're going to lift up and down. Up and down. So you should feel the shoulders working. How's your arms going with this, Alex? Your shoulders heaps better?
Yeah.
It is? Yeah, good. Three more. 3, 2, and 1. And last set, we're going to come up, open, close, and down. Up, open, close, and down. Four more. Everyone okay? Yeah? 3, 2. So up, last one. Open, close, and down. Good job. So just bringing those arm weights out of the way. Come up to standing. And we're just going to grab your hands out to the side, palms facing the ground to start off with, and then you're going to rotate your thumbs down towards the ground and reach them back towards the wall behind you, as far as you can get your whole arm to rotate within the shoulder joint, okay? And from here, I want you to roll your shoulders back and down your back. Keeping your tummy on, using your glutes, just softening through the knees, and you're going to draw your thumbs like they're trying to touch behind you. Make sure you're not sticking your head out, keep your body long, and we're just going to do little pulses here, working through the back of the arm. And squeezing, really focus on that squeeze, focus on making sure your shoulders aren't drifting up near your ears. Keep that width across the front and really squeeze in through the back of the arms. Keep the arms up as high as you can get them, and you'll be working into those triceps. That's it. Nice squeezes. Beautiful. Keep them up high. They'll start to drop as you fatigue. Okay, 20 more. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You feel the burn? I love it. Okay, guys, we're going to do the tricep. So you can use a lightweight if you like, or you can use 2 of the light weights, or if you have the heavier weight. So I've got 3 kilos here with the 2, otherwise they're 1.5, so I'll give you a guideline. Mandy, just use one of the cans you've got there, that'll be enough. And Maxine, what have you got, like 1 kilo?
I've got cans and I've got 2 kilos.
Use the can, try the 2 kilo, it's a single arm. Okay, we're gonna come down on the hands and knees. And you just want to make sure your knees are hip width apart. No one has any knee issues I don't know about? Okay, good. So just glide. It's really important when we're in this position. When your arms fatigue, your head can fall down and your shoulders can creep up. It's so important that you push that floor away and feel that sternum lifting up away from the ground, and you feel that length through the back of the neck. Try not to stick your chin out. So grabbing a hold of your one arm weight, and we're going to keep those collarbones smiling across the front and then press back and come down. So really squeeze into that tricep as you reach your arm back. Do 5 more. 5, 4, push that floor away. 3, 2, and 1. Swap sides. Really set up that shoulder. Make sure the arm that's on the ground you haven't set yourself up with your shoulder up near your ears. Okay, nice smiling collarbones. Hold, and we're going to press back through the arm and come back in. We're doing 8, so that's 2. So chucking chins in, Mandy, just lengthen through the back of that neck. You guys should feel a stretch through the back of the neck if your head's in the right position. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering the arm weights. I'm going to do 1 more set on the other side. Okay. Everyone okay? Yeah? Okay. Set those shoulders up. Squeeze. So with the arm on the ground, squeeze under the armpit here to keep that shoulder in the right position if you're working through your serratus. Okay, we're going to come up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Swapping over. Squeezing, nice long torso, tummy on, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Okay, just pop those arm weights out of the way. We're done with them now. Just give your arms and legs a bit of a stretch. So you're just going to pop your knees out nice and wide on the mat. Keep your feet together and just walk your arms out into a child's pose where there's room for your belly. That's it. I'm just breathing in here. Try to relax. Coming back up, we're going to do a quadruped now. So just placing your arms underneath your shoulders, both arms and both knees underneath your hips, so they should be hip width apart. And you really want to feel, like I was saying before, that you're pushing the floor away, okay, so that you're not sinking down between your shoulders. And then once you're in that position, you want to squeeze underneath the armpit, so like draw the shoulders down using these muscles here and feel the length in the back of the head. Use all your tummy muscles, whatever you can feel of them. Okay, Maxine, you're like this. So just that little tuck under through the tailbone for you. That's it, very important. Okay guys, so keeping long, we're going to slowly extend the opposite arm, opposite leg along the mat, and then lift it long. Now it's not about the height here. If you can get it high without sagging in your lower back, then go for it. But if when you go up, you end up losing your core stability, then it's too high for you. The idea is about keeping the trunk stable. Drawing the arm and leg back in underneath you. Try to minimize any shifting when you move from leg to leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Reaching long and lowering down. And slide it along and then reach it long. Feel the glute and the hamstring engaging of the leg that's up. Feel the arm strong. But try not to pull it so much that your shoulder's up here near your ear. Still keep that space between the ear and the shoulder, and then draw the arm and leg underneath. And reaching long, opposite arm, opposite leg. Feel the arm that's on the ground still squeezing under the armpit. Now we're going to speed them up a little bit. We're going to exhale, extend. And then inhale, draw the arm and leg in. Exhale, extend. Inhale to come in. Keep checking in with those shoulders. They've got a mind of their own and they'll start creeping up. So be really careful. And really get that leg, as you keep moving from side to side, keep that leg straight. You want to pretend someone's yanking it out of your body. And you want to feel like your fingertips are reaching for the other side of the room. You're trying to lengthen out through your spine and your back. So the longer and stronger your limbs are, and the more they're reaching, the more you're going to be able to achieve this. Okay, we're going to come up. I want you to hold here now. Really feel that squeeze in the back of the leg. Don't let the leg drop. Keep it active. Keep the arm active. Keep the tummy on. Push the floor away. Lift that sternum up. Away from the floor. Keep the chin gently tucked in and length through the back of the neck. And lower down and go the other side. And extend out. So looking down at the mat, Mandy. Mandy, tuck your chin in a little bit. That's it. And coming down. Okay, so keeping both hands on the mat this time. We're going to extend your right leg out and pointing the toe. And we're going to lift that leg up and lower it down. Squeezing in through that glute at the back. Lifting it up. So only as high as you're not bending in your back. Keep your core still. And if you keep your core still, your glute will be working harder to actually extend the hip like this. 3 more. And then also watch as you do this that you're not rotating your body out to the side. 2, 1, hold it up here, and we're going to do little pulses. Beautiful. Keep those ribs tucked in. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. Now we're going to keep the leg bent, same leg. Flex the foot. So instead of pointing it, you want to flex it. So the heel's going to lead the way to the ceiling. And we're going to push the leg up to the ceiling, squeeze, and lower down. And then pushing it back up and lowering it down. So be really careful that you're not bending in through your spine. So have a look at me now. I'm bending in my spine, and now I'm not. So I'm using everything here to push me up away from the floor. So my whole body's active in this exercise. And right now you'll feel that leg that's supporting you working pretty hard, as well as the leg lifting up and down. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up, and we'll do some pulses. Keep pushing that heel for the ceiling. I want an active flexed foot. That's it, Mandy. Really flex that foot. 8, 7, 6. Keep squeezing the glute. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Swap sides. If your wrists are starting to hurt, you can come down on your elbows. Okay? So whatever you need to do there. All right, so straight leg on the left leg, out nice and straight. We're gonna lift that leg up, squeeze through the glute, and lower the leg down. Up and squeeze, and lower down. Looks really good, beautiful. Mandy, just tuck those, just have a look at me for a sec. So you just dropped through here, through your ribs. Yeah, that's it, that's it. Nice straight leg. Really focus on zipping that hamstring up. Like feel that hamstring active as you lift and lower that leg. Really activate it in your mind. Concentrate on it being what's doing the work here. And the glute. Beautiful. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And pulsing here, up into that squeeze. Feel the burn happening in the back of the leg and the glute. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the leg in. Flex the foot, the left foot. I'm going to push up and then come down. And really allow that bent knee and the flexed foot to squeeze in through the back of the glute and the leg. So you just really want to feel when it's up like this that you're squeezing it and then lower and squeeze. And the more that you focus on this, the more you'll actually activate the muscle and get the benefit. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and pulsing. Right up in the high range. Flex that foot, Mandy. 10, 9, heel to the ceiling, heel to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, coming down. We're gonna lay down on the side. Everyone okay? Yeah? So just laying down on your side. And you can grab a pillow if you want to put a pillow under your head, you're welcome to do that. Alternatively, you can just lay like I am, or you can also lay down like that on your arm. Just find what's comfortable for you. The most important thing is that when you're laying on the side like this, that you're able to lengthen your hip out nice and long. So you've got, you feel like it's lengthened underneath as well. So you want to sort of have a little row of ants underneath you kind of feeling. If you were just collapsed in the hips, you would just feel everything really heavy into the mat. So you really want to feel that hip reaching away. You also want to make sure that you're lining yourself up as though there's a wall behind you. So your feet are touching the wall, your bottom's touching the wall, and so are your shoulders. So you're in one nice long line behind you, okay? And then we're going to lift the feet up off the ground. Just keeping the feet together. And then you'll notice that this top hip will want to kind of roll forward because the weight of the legs are tipping it forward. So just bring it back, keep the length, and we're just going to clam here. So we're just going to lift up. Really challenge yourself to squeeze into that glute when you get to the top and lowering down. Just keep thinking as well. Just think of those lower tummy muscles drawing in and up to help you to keep this pelvis nice and still and to help counterbalance what's going on in the glute. They're a bit of a team, the glute med and your core, so it's good to get them working together. Sit. So just thinking of being strong through here. Feeling it? Everyone okay? We've got 15 more. 3, 2, 1, 10 more. 10. I don't like counting down in the teens. 8, it's just too many words, like a tongue twister. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Okay, so now we're going to just do a couple of little rainbows here. So what you want to do is keeping that bottom foot stays on the ground this time. It doesn't lift up off the ground. So you're going to lift your top leg, lift the knee up, and then you're going to lift the foot up and dive your knee down to touch the other knee. So you're going to create like a rainbow. So your toe's going to tap your toe, and then you're going to lift up and over, and your knee's going to tap your knee. And once you've got the movement, then I want you to bring your awareness into your pelvis and just think, is the movement of my leg rocking my whole body around and my hips around? Lifting up and over and down. That's it. Beautiful. Good work. Feeling it?
Yeah.
I love it. 4 more. So good to have strong glutes when you've got a big belly, girls. Mandy, everyone in this class except you is pregnant. But so beautiful. I love it. 2 more. 1 more. And lowering down. Okay, we're just going to finish with a nice straight leg because it feels nice to straighten your leg out after that. Keep your hand on the ground. The bottom leg can stay bent. It helps you to support yourself. The hand on the ground wants to help. So if you push down into the mat and sort of feel as though you're pushing that way into the mat with your hand, it'll help you to get this leg on the top nice and straight and feel as though it's lengthening your torso as you reach it out long. Then we're going to lift and lower the leg. Make sure as you're lifting and lowering that you're lifting from the back part of the leg. So the toe sort of wants to be pointing down to the ground. And if anything, it's the heel that's sort of reaching for the ceiling more. And that way we're working through the back and side of the leg. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up and we're going to circle. 9, 8, 7. Try to keep the pelvis still as you do this. Don't let the leg move the pelvis. You're moving the leg inside the pelvis and reverse now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We'll do a little book opening while we're laying here. So just drop that leg down in front of the other leg and move the bottom leg back a little bit. Keep it bent and relaxed on the ground and just lay your head down and reach your top arm out in front of you. And you're going to you want your head to move with your hands, so you keep looking at your fingertips. You're going to inhale the arm to the ceiling and look up at the ceiling. And from here you're going to exhale from the rib cage and really rotate that rib cage around your spine as you come back onto the floor. I'm too close to the wall here. That's it. And then we just come back. It's a nice dynamic stretch. So we're just moving through it. If you feel just coming back up to the ceiling and back closing again. Guys, if you feel like it's pulling too much on your tummy, don't go so far. Just go wherever is comfortable stretch for you, okay? We don't need to force it. So inhale up and exhale. But the idea is that the stretch is coming through that rib cage and it's the shoulder blade that's trying to get back on the mat. Inhale here to reach that arm long. And then exhale to start closing it up. 2 more here. We're going to inhale up to the ceiling. And exhale to rotate back towards the ground. Inhale to reach that arm long. And closing it up. We're going to stay here on this one. And I want you to really think about, like envisage that shoulder blade on your back And as you breathe in and reach long with your arm, I want you to stay here as you exhale, and I want you to try to melt a little bit more into the stretch. Try to relax a bit more into the stretch. Breathing in, reaching long, and exhale to melt down. 2 more breaths here. Breathing in and exhale. Try to get even more relaxed. 1 more breath. And feel yourself just melting into the ground. Beautiful. And we're just going to close that up, and we'll come up over to the other side. So just grabbing your pillow if you were laying on it, or popping your hand under your head. Setting yourself up so you pretend there's a wall behind you. Your butt, feet and shoulders are all touching the wall. Keeping a length through the waistline. And we're going to lift. So just bend your feet a little bit more there, Alex. Yeah, perfect. And just lifting up those feet off the ground first. Re-lengthening through the waist. And we're going to clam away. That's it. So remembering to use your core to help balance that pelvis. The more that you can keep your pelvis still doing this exercise, the more isolated the glute becomes, and the more it has to do its job. Even though you feel it at the end anyway. It's kind of no avoiding it really. Okay. Really focus on the squeeze of the glute. 2 more until we've got 20. Okay. 20. 19. Mandy, your hip's starting to roll back. Can you feel it? When your leg comes up, your hip's starting to roll back a bit. Did you feel that? Yeah, try and keep it still. Use that muscle here. That's the muscle we're working. Yeah, make it do its job. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, on the home stretch, 9, 8, 7, 6, really focus on that squeeze for the last few, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lowering down. Okay, so keeping both feet on the ground this time. They're not going to be lifted up, they're just resting, or this leg mainly stays there. And we're going to lift the top leg up like we did before. That's it. Then lift the whole leg up so the foot comes off. Dive your knee down to touch, lift your knee and tap your foot. So I want you just to visualize as you're doing this what's actually happening inside the hip socket. So just think about that femur bone or your thigh bone if you don't, moving inside the hip socket. Okay, so it's rotating around back and forth, internal rotation, external rotation, internal rotation. Okay, so the idea is to make those muscles work and get that mobility through the hip. The idea is to be able to move it inside the hip, not bring the hip along for the ride. And it can really fatigue you, this one. And so towards the end, more than anything, that's when I normally see everyone's hips starting to help out and wobble around as well, so it doesn't have to hurt as much. So just really thinking about it. 3 more. 2. And 1. Straighten that leg out nice and long. Okay, really feel as though someone's pulling it so that you get that length through your waistline as well, okay? And we're gonna lift and lower, making sure the heel is leading the way to the ceiling, not your toe. So you don't wanna be open up through the front of the hips, you wanna stay working through the back of the leg. And make sure when the leg comes up high, it's not coming up so much that you're bending through your torso. Your torso still wants to stay nice and still and doesn't want to be affected by the movement. We've got 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Stay up and we'll do our circles. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and reverse. Make sure the toe hasn't started to reach the ceiling. It all looks pretty good, actually. Make sure your movement isn't moving through your body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. Just slide the bottom leg back, bring the top leg over through the front, and rest down on your head. Arm out in front of you. And you're just going to inhale, float the arm up to the ceiling. Look at your fingertips and then exhale from the shoulder as you reach all the way back. Inhale to reach long and exhale to close it up. Inhale up. Exhale to reach back. Inhale, reach your arm long, and exhale to close the book. That's it. Inhale up. Exhale, really feel those ribs, trying to flatten back to the mat. Breathe in, reach your fingertips to the opposite side of the room, and close it up. And the next one, we're going to stay there for a few breaths. Inhale up, and exhale to rotate. Inhale, reach, hold here, don't close up. And then exhale, melt that shoulder blade further towards the mat. Breathing in, reaching long, and exhale to melt down. 2 more breaths here, breathe in, and exhale. Sorry, I have a visitor. How did you get out? Last breath. And close it up. What are you doing here? I don't know who let her out. She's supposed to be hiding downstairs. Okay, so we're just going to stretch your glute now. So just sit. It's Bonnie. Hey, Bonnie. Okay, so just sitting, in a Z sit position if you can. So one foot is like cross-legged in the front here, and the other foot is like around the side like that. Yeah, that's it. And we're just gonna walk your way forward, down onto elbows if you can. If not, stay up tall, whatever's comfortable. If there's not enough room for your tummy, you can move the foot at the front out a little bit. Come all the way out. That's it. And just try to keep the sit bones heavy in the mat. Like as you lean forward, you don't want your butt to lift off. You want to feel as though you're trying to ground your sit bones to the floor but reach long. Can you guys feel that in your glute? And your hips? Yes, no? In your back. Who said that? Oh yeah, that's because you're reaching long. That's good. That's a good stretch for you. Okay, and then we're going to come around to one side. So just walking your hands around to one side and still trying to keep your sit bones and your butt on the mat as you do it. You should feel a nice side stretch here. And then coming back around to swap the sides. And just walking your hands out. Only go where it's comfy. And then just walking your hands around when you're ready. So make sure you're walking your hands to the, yeah, you're all walking the right way, that's good. Maxine, you go the other way. Walk your hands the other way, Maxine. Yeah. That's it, reaching long. We'll just do a nice little mermaid stretch and an adductor stretch here. So if you can bring both feet like this, we'll just see how you go comfortably wise. Yeah. Everyone looks okay? You okay with that? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about the intruder. Okay. So now, just leaning forward. So if you want to hold onto your feet as you lean forward, that's okay. If you're feeling like you're a bit more flexible, you can gently come forward. Guys, when you're pregnant, you don't want to force any stretches. You just want to go where it's comfortable. You've got a lot of hormone in your body that makes you stretchier than you normally are, and you don't want to overstretch those ligaments right now. So just where it's comfortable, okay? And just keeping yourself, you should feel that stretch through here. And just crossing your legs somewhere where it's a little bit more comfortable. If you struggle in this position, you all look pretty flexible like this, so as long as you're comfortable. If not, pop a pillow under your bottom. It can make sitting like this just that little bit more comfortable. And then we're just going to do a nice side stretch, okay, and a little bit of rotation. So your fingertips are out just below your shoulders, nice and long. Grow tall through the crown of the head, and then exhale to lift up and over. And really allow, when the arm that's on the ground, make sure that shoulder's not up near your ear. Like, let that shoulder come away from your ear and reach long out of that hip. Breathe in to reach. Exhale to come up through that center. Breathe in, grow tall again. Feel all your muscles making your vertebrae separate, and then exhale across to the other side. Inhale, reach as long as you can. Exhale back through the center again. Inhale to be tall. And exhale to lift up and over. Inhale, really reach. Feel like you're reaching those ribs up out of your hips. Inhale through the center again. And exhale to come over. I love this stretch, it's so good. I love how flexible you all look. It's awesome. Okay, so now you're going to come up and over. We're just going to add a little bit of rotation into this, okay? So when you come over, I want you to be as long as you can, so reaching long when you inhale. And then you're going to exhale, push the mat that way towards the front to allow that shoulder that's on the mat to rotate down towards the ground as you bring your right. So your rib cage should be sort of facing the mat, and then we inhale, unravel back to the camera. So what you want to try and avoid is just the arm coming down. You're trying to rotate the whole way around, okay? So coming over, and then we're going to rotate, and you should feel the stretch through your back. Okay, reach long while you're here. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, and come back up and over, and we'll do this on the other side. Breathing in, exhale to come up and over. Really reaching long. Exhale, rotate to the ground. You should really feel this stretch, Alex, in your back. Can you? Keep your arm up if you can. Lift your arm, the right arm up, and reach long with that arm as you rotate. That's it. And then de-ravel, looking back at the camera. And exhale, rotate again. Inhale to open up. And one last rotation. Exhale. You've got the noisiest toy of all. Okay, and then coming up. Okay, so we're just going to finish with a little bit of a hip mobility one. So once you can either be down on your elbows if your hands have had enough, or you can be up like this. And we're just going to draw like circles with our hips. So you're going to come back, lean across to the side, and come back up. So leaning across, you should feel a bit more of a side stretch as you do this. You should feel your hips stretching. So feel like they're moving around as you come around. Now I want you to just curl your tailbone under as you come through. And then stick your tailbone back as you come down. Pop your belly between your legs. Move your legs apart if you need more space. So really sit back on one ankle, then curl your tailbone under as you reach across to the other ankle and around. So stick it back and curving. Now we're going to reverse it. And really reaching back. You should feel, just feel your spine moving and your hips moving, and try to get as much movement as you can through the pelvis. We spend the whole class trying to keep the pelvis stable. It's really nice to get a bit of mobility happening. So really move your butt from one heel to the other, and then push it out to the side as you come up. Feel the stretch through your side. Curl the tailbone under, and then sitting back down. Coming up onto your hands and knees. Now, Mandy, you can do the full version of this, but you guys, I just want you to do like a gentle cat-cow. So very gentle. I don't want to overstretch feeling in the tummy when you're in this position. And I also don't want you to overly contract the tummy muscles. It's just more a little tuck of the tailbone when you come down like that to get a bit of a stretch through that lower back, okay? So we're just going to exhale under and then inhale to come up. So just getting that spine to move. That's it. That's it. And Mandy, you can really pull that belly button up, okay? Yeah. And then inhale, stick your tailbone in the air. And pull your chest between your shoulders. So really feel those shoulders sliding away, keeping the width across the front. Exhale to come around. Inhale to come down. Last one. Beautiful. How's everyone feel?